part of the last one we just saw, so part three. And I'm intrigued, like I'm ready to finish it. So are we finishing it together? Do I need to go ahead on my own and get it done?
Hey, actually, I know about Killer Mike. Uh, I know a lot of the stuff he been doing. I never seen the show, but I'm definitely gonna watch it. I heard about a lot of the stuff he be doing, and yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna check it out, especially downtime when I'm at the shop. I can watch it. After our little stuff that we watch usually is off. That's something else to watch, and it's educational. With a little porn sprinkled in. And ain't no kids and no. That's crazy. I know that had to be weird for them cats watching that instructional videos. That was awkward for me. That was
But
weird.
look, it's real life though. If you had to watch a tutorial on fixing a sink, you way more likely to do it if the chick is pretty and she naked.
That is a fact. Yeah. Yeah, that's preferably how I would like to learn things.
I think he's on something. I'm with it.
Y'all are silly. What about you, Sandra?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I like the way he takes ideas and flips them. I was just laughing when he told the kids, "I don't care about your dreams, though."
Yeah.
Hilarious. I was like, Mike, don't do that.
Hey,
But
but hey,
he
that,
flips.
that
Yeah,
that made me think though. I should have been more like that with my youngest son. He had aspirations. He wanted to be a basketball player and all that, which is great to feel like. It's great to want those dreams, but realistically, that's what I try. What is it that you want to do, or what would you like to be doing with yourself? What things
right.
interest you?
I
So
agree.
yeah,
You have to have a mixture, I think, of both ways of thinking. Like I do think that sometimes in schools we don't teach kids enough things that are practical that they can actually use when they go out. But I think it has to be a mixture. He reminded me of Booker T. Washington. I saw those quotes thrown up in there too. That was his whole thing. So I mean, I liked it though. I did. The first one was kind of discouraging to me, like when he tried to do the 3 days of black on, black
yeah,
on.
that was tough. That was tough. Yeah, he basically couldn't do nothing. It
Right, he was
was it,
hungry. I
it,
was like,
it,
oh, that's sad.
it was
Yeah,
real limited. It was real
yeah,
limited.
real
And
limited.
and especially how it used to, you would think with all the progress that's been made, we really regressed in that area, because
Right,
all that stuff was available to us not that long ago,
time
you know.
ago. Hmm.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it definitely highlighted the lack as it relates to things that we can actually consume and buy that are just, black created, black owned, black ideas and concepts. When we think about, people always saying, oh, well, this person has this business. I don't want to open that business because it's the same business. And then you really see that it's just really not a lot out there,
Right.
based on his struggles with trying to only eat and buy black. So yeah, that was an eye opener.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
What about you, Monique?
Hmm. Oh, I've watched this show. I like Killer Mike. I think sometimes he's a little right, but I do like him like as a person. Um, his show is, I'm just kind of middle when it comes to his television show.
Yeah, he is definitely rough around the edges, but I think that unfortunately our people have reached a point where that's what we respond to. We need that shock factor in order to get us engaged. And I think that that's what he delivers. He gives it raw, he gives it uncut, he says things that are outside the box that many, because I don't agree with everything he says either, but I think that he says what it takes to get people to listen.
I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think that's it for me. I just think sometimes he tries really hard to prove a point. It doesn't have to be that hard. But I like him though. Like I go listen to him. I've been on conference calls with him and stuff. I do like him as a person. The show is okay. I like it. It's not like I won't watch it. But I think it's good for people who don't know nothing, period, to look at it if they've never been into that before. It's great.
Yeah, I was thinking about that last episode, the white gang privilege one, when he was going back and forth with the Puerto Rican dude. And it's so funny to me because it's like this is one of the examples where you start getting the people that are considered to be, have some type of Spanish heritage, that they actually identify as Caucasian.
Yeah, they identify with the Spanish part. Yo,
right.
Yo, I live in the Northeast and it's a lot of Puerto Ricans. Like I hate to say it like this, but some of my best friends is Puerto Ricans. You know what I mean? I mean, literally. I mean, my family grew up next door to Puerto Ricans. We call each other cousins, This is facts. But it's a lot of racism in the Latin community. Like Dominicans Dominicans, it's like they have the class like with the colorism, and it's prevalent. Like Dominicans don't want to be associated with Haitians. It's crazy. And like even like the kids I grew up with, the darker ones get treated different than the lighter ones. And it's crazy. But they consider themselves Spanish. And it's really the only difference is they was colonized by Spanish speaking conquerors as opposed to English speaking ones.
Right.
It's crazy, but they really think that because they speak Spanish along with English, that it's like I mean, it's crazy if it's weird, but then they get checked. Like if like some of them, like I seen on the Drink Champs episode with Noriega, he talked how he went to Spain and they looked down upon them the way with the Spanish that they use, like it was guttural.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, they was like, wow, the Spanish treated them like, so that was a fact check for them. So it's crazy. It's a lot deeper, but then Killer Mike, he couldn't get that out of that episode, but that cat got other issues that's not even related to that,
Right.
For real.
Because he clearly didn't have a clue what he was talking about.
At all.
Don't box me in. I have a song called "Don't Box Me In," but really it's box me in. But it's talking about not putting you in the box, like what you're doing right now.
Incredible.
Yeah, I write curriculum, social emotional learning curriculum, and we were working down in Miami with a school district down there. And when they were talking about how we address like self-esteem and colorism and stuff like that in our curriculum, that was the first time that I found out that down there, like a lot of their Spanish speaking community, whether they are Cuban, Puerto Rican, they check white on their boxes. So that's why, like, whenever you see things that say white Hispanic or white non-Hispanic, like that differentiation was there because they truly consider themselves white and have issues whenever their white peers don't see them as white and treat them differently.
Right.
Oh yeah, I definitely believe if people were actually checking the correct box, that we would have been surpassed.
Oh, no question.
That number of having actual Caucasians in the minority a long time ago.
I keep telling people that's a lie anyway. We never been minorities. It's just a lot of people either don't fill it out or they purposely fill out another box. We're not the minority.
Sandra, were you saying something?
Oh, I forgot. I was getting ready to say something a couple minutes ago. I forgot what I was getting ready to say.
Sorry.
Yep, bye-bye. It's okay.
Sorry, but I think this is a really good series, and I like how he's being real creative with his
Mm.
approach to taking different issues and bringing them to the forefront and kind of turning the negatives into a positive as well, because I will say I never thought about any type of idea of people monetizing, you know, the gang
Yeah.
culture at
Mhm.
all.
I had neither. I thought that was really interesting. And when he talked about white gang privilege, and I was like, you think about it, you do see white motorcycle gangs, you do see Hells
Yes.
Angels, and you can buy their merchandise. But yet, if it's the Bloods or the Crips, it's demonized. And I was like, that is true, though.
Yeah.
Hey, I noticed that. I noticed that also, believe it or not, even with serial killers. I had a chance to watch. I never really tripped off Ted Bundy, but I was, it was on. I was watching the documentary. I didn't realize he escaped jail twice. He actually escaped jail and went on murdering sprees during those escapes. He was actually afforded time in the library because he wanted to represent himself. So he was allowed to be in the prison library without shackles or anything. And he escaped twice. And I was like, are you kidding?
Wow,
But
I wasn't aware of
I
that.
mean, this is nothing to be proud of, but it's like people of color who are also serial killers. And they're not making money off of it. You know what I'm saying? They're not having movies and all this. It's big business. Charles Manson, these guys get glorified, you
Mhm.
know? And that's another form. That's just another form of it all. You know what I mean? They get glorified. And it's crazy, but they they was talking about how the Godfathers and all those movies. And it's a whole nother culture. That's a whole nother subset of that white supremacist stuff. And it's crazy, but that's what they do, and that's how they do it. And the Hells Angels, I mean, they is like the originals now. Me living in Oakland in the Bay Area, that's Hells Angels. I remember they wouldn't wear helmets, and I mean, they was notorious. And
Mhm.
now they now like all what the white guys say. I know they do great things for the community, but the Hells Angels started out just like the same reputation as the Crips and the Bloods. So it's like where you getting your information from, and how do you compute that information? What do you get out of it? Because he got a whole different attitude about the Hells Angels than he has for the Crips and Bloods.
Right. They are definitely glorified. That what is that? Don't they have an actual TV series that's based off of the motor?
Yeah, I got a few of them. I mean, Sons of Anarchy, but these is all
Yep, that's it.
derivatives of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sons of Anarchy.
yeah. Right. Yep. So, hey, but that comes, hey, that's a whole nother rabbit hole.
Jasmine, did you have something to add?
No, I mean, I think that we've hit it. I can't wait to see the rest of it. Like I said, I know I really want to finish it. I think that this is kind of stuff like this, I think helps me as someone who's always trying to think outside the box. See, my box is still there. I might expand my box a little bit, but I tend to still stay in the box.
Yeah, the
And
box.
so,
Stay with the box.
yeah, I need stuff like this to see, I guess, like, yeah, you can get out the box.
That's
So
right.
I'm excited.
Yeah, because I've been wanting us to get back into reading, but it's just been so much fun to actually watch these different films and series and discuss them, because it takes a little bit of pressure off and you're not brain wrestling as much. And I find myself not being as pissed off watching these films as I am when
Thank
I'm
you.
reading these stories,
Thank
because
you.
sometimes I have to literally walk away from the book because I get so incensed about the stuff that I read. So this is more of a release for me to be able to do it this way.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I think it's good. At least he's trying to come up with a solution, and I think even if it seems far-fetched, I think at least he's trying to come up with something positive and kind of open our eyes. And I appreciate that.
Right. I agree. Anybody want to add anything else? I know y'all are itching to get to pre-gaming since it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Right. All right. Well, I really don't have anything else. Did y'all want to do another film for next Sunday?
Okay.
Is this the end of that series?
Huh? What was it?
Was this
No,
the
I
end
think
of that
there's
series?
three more episodes. Do you
So,
want?
I'm down to finish it if anybody else is, and if not, then I'll finish it this week and we can just discuss it next week.
Y'all want to finish the last three?
I said let's finish it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Okay, we can do that. We'll finish the last three for it and do a discussion